Hi, everyone. Good morning. And thank you for joining us today. We have with us Dr. Gomathi S. today. She's the head of learning and development with ATNA Technologies. And today she would walk you through a deep dive into Azure AI Studio. And I welcome her on stage today and looking forward to a wonderful learning session. Thank you, Dr. Gomathi, for being here today.
Thank you, Anamika. Thank you for your introduction. Shall I share my screen?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes, please just let me know whether you can see my screen.
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Those who are connected from a different zone. So today, I'm going to take you through Azure AI Studio. So we will start from what is Azure AI Studio and what are the specialities in that. So before we go further, I just want to give a quick introduction about myself. So I'm Microsoft Most Valuable Professional. I'm Dr. Gomathi. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer since 2021, and I'm a Microsoft Learn expert and C Sharp Kernel MVP as well. So I did my doctorate in machine learning and computer science, which brings me this Asia and India Book of Record holder. And I'm a global speaker, published author, national and international patent holder. So I have like nearly 6 to 7 certifications in Microsoft, and that like associate level and expert level is Power Platform Solution Architect Expert, Power Platform Developer Associate, and Power BI Data Analyst Associate. So recently, I have published a book on mastering Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central in April's publication, and I'm a YouTuber where I'll be posting about the technology, Microsoft technologies and various technologies, and you can connect with me through LinkedIn. So if you require, if you're going to write any Microsoft certification, and if you require any coupons, so you can just connect with me. So thank you for staying with me to give a quick introduction. Meanwhile, I'm just switching off my camera for a better bandwidth, and I excuse a small excuse from my side. So yes, Azure AI Studio. So we all know, and AI. We are in AI era, right? So Azure AI Studio is a tool for building custom AI application currently in public preview. So you can see here, if you just click on ai.azure.com, you can find Azure AI Studio. You can explore Azure AI Studio. So which Azure Microsoft encourages audience to try Azure AI Studio through this particular a link. Okay, so throughout this session, I'll be taking you through what is Azure AI Studio, what are the features in that, and how you can utilize and how you can train your model and everything. We'll be looking into that in detail. So this is what, as you can see that here, Azure ai.azure.com. So once if you click on this ai.azure.com, you have to log in using your Outlook ID, probably Microsoft ID. So here you'll be logging in, where you can find, if you have any projects, then you can create a project. So on the left side, you can find various options, right? Model catalog, model benchmark, prompt catalog, Azure Open AI services. So we'll be just talking about all these things here and understand what is the purpose of this, okay, and everything on this Azure AI. So before we understand Azure AI services, let us first understand Copilot stack. What is this? Okay, so this is the foundation layer. What is the foundation layer? Microsoft Cloud is basically a foundation layer that provides the cloud infrastructure necessary for the entire stack. So it ensures scalability, reliability, and security for the operations. And the second comes the AI infrastructure. So what is this AI infrastructure? Which includes the hardware and software resources needed to run AI model. It comprises the server, storage, and networking components optimized for AI workload. So this is what. And the next one is the foundation models and AI toolchain. This layer actually includes the large scale pre-trained AI model, that is a foundation models, which we'll be talking, okay, and the tools which are used to develop, train, and fine tune these models for a specific task. And above this layer comes our data. Like this layer, which represents the user's data. So your data, my data, so that is our data. It is integrated into the AI model to provide personalized and context specific outputs. Okay, and here comes the AI orchestration. So what is this? This is the crucial layer that manages and coordinates the interaction between different components in the stack. It ensures that the AI models, data, and applications work together seamlessly. Okay, so whatever we are, the stack here, no, like these are the layers where all these things are integrated and which works perfectly here in the AI orchestration. Above this comes in the Microsoft apps. So these are the applications provided by Microsoft that leverage the AI capabilities built into the stack. Like for example, could include Microsoft 365 apps like Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, likewise. Okay, so and then comes the Microsoft Copilot. So here you can see this is this likely development environment. So Copilot Studio is what like development environment or a set of tools provided by Microsoft. And it might be you can also create your own Copilot, right? So you can create your own pilot here. And this is what like AI assistants or the Copilot, which is customized by the user's organization for a specific need. So you can create it for your specific needs. That is also possible here. And finally comes in the important thing, which is AI safety and security. So this top layer ensures that all AI operations within the stack adhere to a safety and security standards, which involves implementing measures to protect data privacy, ensure ethical AI use, and prevent misuse of AI technology. So in between, if you have any queries, please leave that in the comment section so that I can help you out immediately. So because this will ensure that you are in line with the discussion. Okay, so next comes Azure AI Studio. So Azure AI Studio unifies various AI services for a seamless experience, catering to diverse AI models and data sources. Okay, so it incorporates Microsoft's data and search technologies, OpenAI foundation models, and other open source AI and models from partners. So here you can see it unifies, like we need a data for search, so we'll be learning all these things step by step. What is this, what is a foundation model, what is safe and responsibility, what is this full stack development, and everything. Okay, before we proceed with all these things, let us have a quick demo on how we can utilize the AI Studio. Okay, that is Microsoft Azure AI Studio. So here you can see that okay, so here you can see this is what Microsoft Azure AI Studio demo. Okay, so once if you click here, no, you can see the overview, and these are all the things which we have discussed previously. Okay, so I have showed, right? So this is the playground, your data deployment, and everything. And once if you go to the settings part, you can find with your API endpoints and keys, your connections and compute instances, a prompt flow runtime, your project members, and also the resource configurations. Like, and if you click on the deployments, you can find various models. So I hope you all might have come across this model previously. Whenever if you're using anything like ChatGPT or any other AI model, that will be like deployment model will be there, like what version you're going to use, whether it is a DAL E if you want to go ahead with the image, like if you want to go ahead with GPT, then which version, like GPT-4 Turbo or GPT-4 Vision. So you will be coming across these things. So this is what deployment. You can simply click create, and you can select any deployment and click confirm where your deployment. It will take you, you can go to the play your Azure playground. Okay, so here this is the chat session, right? So here how you will be writing the prompt, entering the prompt in your, like, because most of you might have used ChatGPT, so that is why I'm just relating with that. If you have used Copilot through Bing or Microsoft, then that's also fine here. Okay, so there will be a chat session where you have to enter some text to get the response. Right now what I'm doing is I'm simply typing how much do the trial worker hiking shoes cost. So I haven't given any input, right? So I didn't tell anything about the trial worker. So the first time when I ask about this, what it is replying back, the chat is replying back, I'm sorry, but as an AI assistant, I don't have real time access to the pricing information. So here what happens, if you wanted your own data, if you want the data, your data, and if you want to get the information from your data, or if someone wants to chat with your data, then you have to use what, add your data here. Okay, so you can add your data. That is what the main specialty of Azure AI Studio. Like, you can import it. So I'm just clicking add your data. We have added the data as well. Okay, now imagine that we have added the data. Now if we ask how much do trial walker hiking shoes cost, so what it is showing, it will go and search in our the data which we have imported or we have added, like it will go and search, and it is bringing my data, and it is bringing my information here back to the question. Okay, so that is what the important thing in Azure AI Studio. I'm just taking you walking you through the various functionalities of it. Okay, so you can see here that okay, so it is showing the price. Okay, so why? Because I have added the data here. We have added the data, so it is providing the price. So now, see, it's not only like you have to ask it in English. Okay, so it might be any language. You can even ask it in any language. So what here we are doing is, I'm just translating how much do the trial worker hiking shoe cost from English to Greek. Okay, I'm just copying it and I'm bringing it back and asking the same question here. See, it can also understand the different language. So here you can see, even if I'm asking in a different language, it is replying me, right? So what is it showing? It is giving me the same reply. So you can also add the system message. Okay, for example, your whoever is asking any question, the system should reply in a specific format. So what I have added here is, what in the system message I have added, like, you are an AI assistant, you always respond in a rhyme. Okay, you are a friendly and funny. So I'm just giving a system message, and I wanted whatever the question is asked, the system will reply in this manner. Okay, as a rhyming way and friendly and funny way. So I'm just applying the changes, and now if I ask any question, what can you tell me about San Francisco? See, what it is doing is, what it is writing a rhyming reply for me. San Francisco, what a splendid place with its iconic bridge and foggy embrace. So place, embrace, cars, memories. So likewise, it is just giving me rhymes, and also you can find some friendly and funny reply here. Okay, that is also possible. Like, you can also tell, like, you're an AI assistant, you have to reply in a professional way, and you have to always if you're having a marketing, if you're creating it for a marketing thing, no, you can also tell, okay, so you have to reply in this way. Okay, so you can also do the manual evaluation, how it is working actually. Okay, just to click on this manual evaluation on the top, then you can go here, check the configuration, you can see what is the maximum response, and this is the input area. You can just play it and see what is the trial worker cost. Okay, if this manual evaluation reply is good, you can just give a thumbs up where it is accepted, and if you feel like it's not good, then you can just delete it, like give a thumbs down. So you can choose an existing data set and map it. Okay, you can import the data set, and you can ask like question string, it will generate. Okay, it has generated multiple questions for you. So here you can find no, like various questions which it has automatically created. You can just give a thumbs up or thumbs down. So whatever is accepted, whatever you feel good, you can just give it. So this is what manual evaluation of your data, and how you want that to give back. Okay, how you want that to react to you. So it's very simple, right? So this is what a complete walkthrough to our Azure AI Studio and how it really works. So this is what we have discussed about the unified platform, how it really works. It has everything. You can give the data, you can add your own data, So it is performing, it is giving you the result for the data. You can use various languages here. So the second important thing about Azure AI Studio is what data and search. Okay, so you can, how it is actually doing this. Okay, so we all know that data is the fuel that powers AI. Without data, you cannot train the model, you cannot do anything. Data is the fuel which is not only for AI, for everything, like for machine learning, for every domain. Even if you take any domain, any business, anything in today's life, everything needs data. Okay, so it is important to feed good data into a large language model for a quality result. If you require a quality result, you cannot simply bring in, you cannot just collect the data and put it into the LLM. You should, that data should be good, really good to explore. Okay, so what is the common issue with the customers is what poorly formatted and unclean data, which may lead to unexpected outcome. Like, because if you are giving a proper data, yes, accordingly your AI will be trained, because you are training AI, it's an AI, it's not a human intelligence. So you have to give a proper data which is really an input. You have to give the proper information to that. Okay, so with training models, which is a super important to have the right chunked and embedded data, proper data it is required. So here you can see, you can integrate even structured and unstructured data. So Azure AI Studio offers connectors with various data sources. So what is the data sources? From where your data is coming from is what data source, right? So Azure gets the data from anywhere. Okay, like a blob storage, blob means was binary large object. So you can even get the data from Azure Data Lake, Fabric One Lake, local files or folders, S3 via OnLake shortcut, Azure AI search, and you have multiple things to connect with. So here you can see that you have web page as well. Even if you wanted to connect with the web page, that is possible. Okay, the what is the ultimate aim is to ensure the model receive the necessary information from optimal output. Okay, so here you can handle anything like both structured and the unstructured data. That is what the power of Azure AI Studio. So vector search in Azure AI search. So at the heart of all these concept, Azure AI, everything whatever we talk about, where the vector search and using vectors of data comes into the picture. Okay, so what is that? Vectors are mathematical representation that allow systems to easily compare data for relevance and similarity. However, vectors vary in their creation and quality, because you know that it has some difference. So Azure AI search, which was formerly called Azure cognitive service search, and its support for vectors. Okay, so vectors basically a powerful retrieval of generative AI application, which Microsoft basically uses that. Okay, so Azure AI searches, how actually this Azure AI searches is happening: vectors plus keyword plus re-ranking. Okay, so it is actually, it's like a positive impact on the result that we are likely to get out of a search engine, a search index. So AI Studio offers three search options. That is what this vector, okay, the keyword and re-ranking. So if you if both, like many of you might have heard about Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, so what, wherever, we go, we have to use a proper keyword. That is important in order to reach the correct audience, right? The second one is we need to give a proper hashtag to like it should be searchable whenever someone is searching any content. So if your content is related to that search, it should be displayed to the customer, someone who is really looking for. So that is also important here. That is why here even we are going with the Azure AI search, which has the combination of this vectors plus keywords and re-ranking. Okay, so you can also call it as a hybrid search. So vector search excels at understanding user intent and relationship between words, but struggles with exact matches. Keyword search is ideal for finding specific item like product documents, email addresses, or phone numbers, and is fast. And hybrid search, which combines both this vector and the keyword search to cater to user needs, leveraging the strength of both. Okay, so hybrid plus semantic search builds upon the other two and incorporates a semantic ranker to prioritize the most relevant information. So this is what you can see the graph here. So hybrid, semantic ranker, how this hybrid goes and how this vector goes and how this keyword goes. Okay, so this is what a high quality chunks which are found in the top 1 to 5 results. So here let us see how to add our own data. Let us see the demo here first. Okay, so this is what you can first go to the data on the left side. Okay, you can see data, click on the new data, and you can search for your existing data. If you have existing data, you can get it, or you can upload it from the file. Click on upload files. You can select multiple files here and click open. Okay, it is located here, the uploading the file which is located in your desktop or your PC. Okay, so we have selected it and it is uploading. So you can find the file name and everything, and then you have to give a name for the data. Okay, it might be your own like not your name, a proper name for the data which represents that data. And once it is done, you can click create. You can see all the files which you have imported. You can find it here. You can see the data details as well here, and you can find the metadata about the documents which you have imported. And finally, you can click on individual document to see what is the document is all about. Okay, so you can just click on this individual document as well. So you can find what is the content in that. Then you can go to the indexes, because we are talking about the vector search, right? Go to the indexes and click on this new index. Okay, you can find the indexes in the left side. So here you have to select the data source from where you have picked up. Use existing project. So this is what the name of our data source. Click next and select the Azure AI search services. Click next, and you can see search type. What is the search type? It's with vector search type, and then you have to select the Azure OpenAI resource. So this is the default one. So you can see here that you have two types of thing. One is the default Azure OpenAI. So just go ahead with the default Azure OpenAI, select this I acknowledge and click next. So it is creating. Okay, so you can give the index name, give a proper index name for that. Okay, it is good if you use your project name, so the name which you have given for the data, right? So the same name you can give it here with some additional name like index. Okay, and then you can see you have virtual machine. So which virtual machine you have to go with? Select from all the options or select from recommended option or auto select. You can go ahead with the auto select because it will select based on the data which you have. Okay, and then you can also see that you can select that and click next on the options which you have, and then you can just click that create button. So now the index is creating. Okay, you can wait for that to create. Your index will be created, and once your index is created, you can see the status of the index. Like your data chunking job has happened, embedding is done, your indexing is also done, and it is registered. Like your index asset job is also done. So you can find that here. Okay, and also you can see the job details if you want to look into like you can click on the job details and see how it is actually happened. Okay, like what is the complete step. And then now you can go to the playground. Okay, so go to the playground, click add your data, click add the resource and select the data source like Azure AI search. And you can also select which is the search you wanted to go with, and you can select the Azure AI search index which you have created, and click next. And click acknowledge and click next. It will ask you for the data like content data, what is that, what is the file name, title, and everything. So it will ask you for that. You can just click on that file name and everything. It will be defaultly created, like it is created by itself, so you can just simply wait for that. Okay, look, it is automatically there. You can just simply select next to go to the next step. Okay, so here you can see what is the search type. So you can find that the search type you have three. One is a vector, hybrid vector, which we have discussed, vector plus keyword, and hybrid plus semantic. So what type you want to go with, you can go ahead with this hybrid and semantic, and then you can also select like what you that is the next step here. Okay, so you can select like add an existing semantic configuration, and finally you can select the acknowledgement. Okay, so then just click review, so it will take you to the background what products are suitable for San Francisco climate. So it is searching. Okay, it is actually searching from your documents as well, and it is bringing your data here. Okay, so this is what perfectly it is finding the document. This is what we use vector, and it's a hybrid search, right, for hybrid indexing. So it is also telling you like these are all the references. Okay, because it is getting the data from these three documents, so it is also showing you the references from where it picked up, and you can also see the content in that particular reference. This is what we call it as the search vector search here. Okay, so we discussed about these two things like unified platform, data and search. And the next one is the foundation models. Okay, so actually what is this foundation model, and everything we will just look into it. Okay, so the foundation model, it's a high quality data input is needed to ensure the success of AI application. Okay, so the foundation models are like we might have heard about it. OpenAI as GPT-4, GPT 3.5, and DALI GPT 3.5 and Turbo. Okay, DALI for image, GPT 4 and 4 Turbo for the text search and everything. Okay, so even more it is expanding. Microsoft is expanding, and we they have some model catalog, which they will be showing it in the open source model, and it will be expanding as well. Okay, so the important thing is to ensure that the customers have choice, because one size does not fit all in this domain. Whether you have thought like, why we need this much difference, like GPT-3, GPT-4, 4.0, DALI. Once the GPT-4 has emerged, right, why can't they delete, or why can't they just remove the GPT-3 from the model? Have you ever thought like this, like why? Because everyone does no need this GPT-4 or 4 turbo. Okay, so 4.0, I think 4.0 is also has now it's there. So everyone don't need that. Few may need only GPT-3, 3.5. They required only 3.5. So that is what the size, one size does not fit all in the domain. So you need a specific model, and sometimes you need the model to be composed with each other, so that you can get the right result. So that is why they are giving you more model options. Okay, so here they are introduced. Okay, GPT-4 Turbo offers same accuracy as GPT-4, but with increased efficiency and higher throughput. So what is the difference between GPT-4 and GPT-4 Turbo with the vision? That is what. Okay, so it has a higher efficiency, it has a higher throughput. So there will be a significant price reduction for GPT-4 Turbo, making it more accessible and enabling new scenarios. And DALI 3 provides a substantial improvement in the image creation quality over its predecessor. Okay, so that is what all about this. So Azure Open AI Services, it will be like what it will do. GPT-4 Turbo Vision, what it will do. Okay, so it is the first one, enable multimodal Gen AI with video, image and text, unlock new scenarios with integrated Azure AI support, and augment RAG pattern with images and Azure AI search. So let us understand one by one, what is this multimodal Gen AI. This feature emphasizes the capability of GPT-4 Turbo model to process and generate content across different modalities, including video, images, and text. This will enable more versatile AI application that can understand and create a diverse types of content. So that is what this enable multimodal Gen AI with these things. And coming to this particular scenario, like unlock new scenarios, integration with Azure AI Vision, which allows the AI model to handle tasks related to visual content more effectively, which includes image recognition, video analysis, and other vision related applications. So, the integration opens up new possibilities and scenarios for utilizing AI in a various industries and use cases. And finally, to talk about is what augment rack pattern, like the with images and the Azure AI. What do you mean by RAG? RAG. I hope you all might have come across this word often, right? So, RAG is retrieval augmented generation. This refers to a method where an AI model retrieves relevant information from a large data set before generating responses, leading to more accurate and contextual relevant outputs. By augmenting this pattern with images and utilizing Azure AI search, the service can enhance its ability to find and incorporate relevant visual and textual data, further improving the quality and relevance of the generated content. So, that is what here they'll be using a RAG search. Okay. So, Azure AI, so customers are concerned about the handling of their data, right? When used with the Azure AI model. Azure AI is actually built on trust, which means your data is your data and it's not at all used to train any existing model. Okay. And fine tuned model weights remain within the customer subscription and are not visible to Azure. Your data will not be visible to the Azure. Azure has a strong protections for data and data sovereignty. Data is kept secure and remains in the same region, reflecting Azure's commitment to the data security. Okay, so you can completely trust Azure AI. So, fine tune your Azure Open AI model. So, fine tuning is the process of taking a pre trained model and adjusting it with the additional training on a specific data set to make it more effective for a particular task or a set of tasks. This customization allows the model to perform better and specific application by learning from domain specific area. So, that is what we call it as a fine tune model. So, GPT 3.5 Turbo, okay, this refers to a specific version of the GPT 3 model that has been optimized for a faster and more efficient processing. Fine tuning GPT 3 model means you can tailor it to your unique needs, making it more accurate and relevant to your specific use cases. And GPT-4, fine tuning for GPT-4 is the next iteration of the generative pre-trained transformer series, which provides more advanced capabilities compared to GPT 3.5. So, fine tuning GPT-4 means you can leverage its improved performance and more sophisticated understanding to better suit your particular customization. Okay, what are the benefits of fine tuning all these things? Why should I fine tune the model? Why the model should be fine tuned? Because we have three important benefits here. So, one is the customization. By fine tuning these models, organization can ensure the AI understands and generates responses that are more aligned with their specific context and need. That is very important here. Second one is improved performance. So, fine tuning enhances the model's ability to handle tasks by learning from additional data, leading to a better performance and accuracy. And the third important thing is what efficiency. So, leveraging pre trained model and fine tuning them is often more efficient than training a model from scratch. So, you don't want to train a model from the scratch, like fine tuning, making it even more better, which makes sense. This will save time and computational resources as well. So, that is why fine tuning is important. Okay, Gomati, now I have a doubt. You talked about a RAG model, right? Retrieval augmented generation. And now we are talking about the fine tuning. So, what is actually difference between RAG and fine tuning? This is an important question. Everyone will be getting it. Okay, let us have a simple scenario. Okay, Like we'll be thinking like everyone should understand, right? So we will think about a student who wants to do some assignment. Okay, imagine you are a teacher and you have two methods to improve your students essay. Okay, essay writing. So let us think about the fine tuning model. Okay, you have a student writing an essay on a climate change. Before they start writing, you provide them with a specific set of guidelines. You will tell, okay, these are all the things you have to do, you have to keep in mind while writing the assignment. Okay, and you will be giving some examples and a tailored workbook for that to write the climate change assignment. So how the student will work? The student will use what are the things which you have provided, okay, like the pre-provided material, and he will be shaping their writing, okay, his or her writing. They follow the guidelines closely and apply the examples and instructions from the workbook to their essay. So what is the outcome of this particular fine tuning method? The essay follows a consistent style and tone as per the guideline and is tailored to meet specific requirements provided beforehand. Okay, that is what fine tuning. You have given everything. So now let's think about a RAG model. Okay, you have a student writing an essay on the same climate change. The student can look up relevant article. You are not providing any guidelines, you are not providing any pre material or anything to work with. You know, like the student have to do everything, right? So the student can look up relevant articles, books and websites while writing the essay. So this is what the context. So how actually this is working? The student uses a search engine to find up to date information, quotes, statistics about the climatic change. So the student incorporate this information into their essay to make it more accurate and informative. So whatever he has learned and he has searched it, the student is incorporating in his essay. Okay, he is not using any guidelines or something which is given by the trainer, okay, but by the teacher, but he is trying to do it by himself. Okay, he's trying to do it by himself. Okay, that is what actually the RAG model is all about. So what is the outcome of the RAG model? The essay is enhanced with the latest information and relevant data that the student retrieved during the writing process. So what is the key difference between this? Let us say fine tuning. What is the focus is what predefined structure and style. Already we have the structure, it has to be enhanced. Consistency is to ensure the output follows specific guideline, and using a tailor, like you we saw the example, right? It will be like we have to use the tailored workbook guidelines and everything. But here in the RAG, what is the focus is what adding new knowledge on the fly, and flexibility is what you can adapt to a new information during the process. So that is the main difference between this fine tuning and RAG. So, fine tuning is like having a custom written textbook with detailed instruction, whereas RAG is like having a access to a library while writing your essay, where you can constantly refer to your new books and articles to enhance your work. So, retrieval augmented generation allows for incorporating data directly into prompts without retraining the model. You don't want to retrain the model. RAG is efficient and cost effective due to its relatively quick process and inexpensive indexing. Whereas the internal tests show that RAG is effective at adding knowledge to AI experiences. And fine tuning requires additional compute to adjust the model's weights. So, fine tuning is used for modifying the tone and format of the AI output, not for adding knowledge. Fine tuning will employ low rank adoption to integrate the new weights and the base model. Both RAG and fine tuning are complementary technologies, not mutually exclusive. So, Azure AI Studio offers both RAG and fine tuning to accommodate various application needs. So, Azure AI Studio, you can find both these things. Okay. So this is a model catalog category. So Azure Open AI has GPT-4, GPT 3.5. Deploy, you can deploy and fine tune your own your infra curated by Azure AI like Phi2, Falcon, Databricks. Okay, so what are these things? Like GPT-4, I hope you all know what is the GPT-4, everything. So these are all some the prominent AI model available through Azure OpenAI services. Okay, so GPT-4o is the latest and most advanced generative pre-trained transformer model. GPT-4, GPT-4 Turbo, or an optimized version of GPT-4. Okay, 3.5 is the earlier version of GPT-4 series with a strong language understanding capability. So GPT 3.5 is the advanced version of GPT-3. ChatGPT, a variant of GPT model, specifically designed for the conversational AI, and DALI is for the images. This all we know. Next comes deploying and fine tuning your infrastructure. Okay, what is this? Fight two is what model or a framework provided or supported by Azure AI. Okay, Falcon, you can refer to another model or a framework. This is also another model. Databricks, a model which is provided by the Databrick, designed for specific data processing or an AI task. Stable diffusion is what a model known for generating high quality images from a textual description, and which is similar to DALI. Okay, and you can think about the Hugging Face, a well known platform for natural language processing, offering thousands of open source model, that is OSS means open source models. Okay, and you can also think about like here you can see this is what the model catalog. Okay, so where you can find the announcements here on the various models and the features. You can see the filters like applied filters, like, and everything. So Azure OpenAI provides a range of state of the art of AI model covering various use cases from text generation to the image creation. Users can deploy and fine tune these models on their infrastructure, allowing for tailored AI solution that fit specific business needs. So this fight to Falcon or all the frameworks, okay, that is curated by Azure AI. The specific functionalities of these models aren't which is like, if we go in detail, we have to talk various things about it. So I'm just not providing very in-depth information about it, but these are all for fine tuning and maintaining, like, for the infra. Okay, Azure AI infra. So next comes model as a service. So what is this actually, model as a service? So, you might have heard about, since in a cloud environment, we might have heard about desktop, PaaS, that is a platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as a service. So, what is this model as a service? So, we are giving model as a service, which is a new technology for customers who prefer not to manage an infrastructure. We are just giving a model. Okay, so model as a service allows user to simply call an API endpoint to access AI model. The service operates similar to the Azure OpenAI services and Azure AI services. Microsoft will handle the operation of the endpoint, ensuring ease of use and the customers. So, in order to do that, Microsoft is partnering with Meta, like operate similarly. Like they have partner announcement with the Meta for operating the Llama 2 model through the service, and other models which also includes like Mistral and Jace and Cohere, which are also being integrated into the platform, and emphasis on the convenience of customers to use AI model without worrying about the infrastructure management is what the ultimate aim of this, which is to simplify the process of customer to integrate AI capabilities into their applications. Okay, and the important part in Microsoft Azure AI Studio is what benchmarking. So model benchmarking is very important. So what is this model benchmarking? Is the process of evaluating and comparing the performance of different machine learning or AI model against a set of standardized metrics and data set. Okay, so this practice will help in identifying the best model for a particular task or application. Let us understand this with a simple example, like, see, You imagine that you are going to train a model, you are going to predict a weather. Okay, so you what you'll be using, you will not just simply go ahead and use a single algorithm, right? You will be trying with a multiple algorithms. You will be using a multiple algorithms into it and try to find which one works better. So that is what this model benchmarking works. Okay, that is testing different models, which is very important for the different types of data. So the key aspects of model benchmarking is what performance metrics. You might have heard about accuracy, precision and recall, F1 score, latency, throughput, resource utilization, all these things. You can standardize the data set. So you can use a benchmark data set, which is a predefined data set, which is used to test and compare the models under the consistent condition. You can include like ImageNet for image classification, Squad for question answering and everything, and comparison across the model. You can do the side by side evaluation of the model, visualization tools. You can try visualization tools and everything. So, benefits of this model benchmarking. What does this model benchmarking actually do? Helps data scientists and engineers choose the best model for their specific needs based on the empirical evidences. And it provides a transparent and standardized way to evaluate model performance, which can build trust with stakeholders. And here it's also identifies strengths and weakness of a different model, guiding efforts to optimize performance. And finally, it also helps in selecting model that not only perform well but also use computational resource efficiently, reducing operational cost. So that is what the importance of model as a service. So here let us see the demo for model as a service. Okay, so here you can see this is what a model as a service. Let me just see, you have to go to this explore and you can find benchmark. Okay, so here you can find what type of task you want to do, like whether you have to go with the question answering or the text generation. You can select that. And under that you can see you have a specific models to compare, right? So these are all the models. You can select multiple models and compare it, and here you can see the compare models. So you can find that yes, it is showing question answering. You can select the model, or else if you want a different one, you can click there and click compare models. Okay, so it will show you the comparison, how this accuracy works for each model. You can see here you have the model in this chart and what is the average, everything, like it is showing the score. It's showing the model accuracy score here. Okay, you can find the score here, and then you can go to the catalog. This is what the model catalog, and view the model. For llama 2 API, you have these models, so you can deploy that model. If you want to go with the pay as you go or a real time endpoint, you can go ahead. And then you can search for the project type, what are the project type which we have created. You can select it, and then simply you can subscribe and deploy it. So what happens is what your model will be deployed. Okay, and it will show you that your model, you have to give the model name here. It's a demo. Just you can give any name, just but give a meaningful that your model is getting deployed. Okay, so you can find that it has generated the key as well. And here you can find a question. You can just ask the question and see like how the results are coming. Okay, so and you can also see the other models as well. Model 2, you can fine tune that model. You have the option over there to fine tune the model. And click here, you can train, you can, if you want, you have to train the data. You can also validate, you can pass the task parameters and everything. So you can simply select if you want to upload your own data to train it, or if you want to use the existing data. It's fine, like you can select the options from here. Okay, and finally you have to give what are the relevant informations you have to provide it, and what is the prompt column you have to go with, what is the completion column. Okay, so these are the things which you have to select it. Okay, either go with automatic split or the upload. You can upload the data for validation data. So basically all our data will be split into two things. One is the testing and training and validating validation data. So here you can select which one is the validation data. You can either ask it to split it by itself, and finally you have to select what are the parameters, what is the batch size, everything. So by default it will be available. Then finally you can submit your model to work. Okay, so here you can see that your like your model it's ready, and you can see that your what is the model result. Okay, so this is the first one model, and second one is the fine tuned model. So how that fine tuned model works? Okay, it shows the complete attributes of this model. Okay, so you can go and check the detail, and you can deploy again more models, right? So you can continue to deploy, and finally if you just deploy the model, you can open that in the playground and see how it really works, because you have fine tuned your model, right? So you can test and see how it is actually working. Okay, this is all about the MAS. So next important thing which we have to talk about is what safe and responsible AI. Okay, so Microsoft Responsible AI Principle are a set of ethical guidelines and a best practices designed to ensure that the development, deployment, and use of artificial intelligence technologies are conducted in a way that is fair, transparent, accountable, and beneficial to the society. So these principles aim to address the ethical and social implication of AI and promote trust in AI system. So the main thing or listed here, these are all the six principles. Okay, fairness. Ensure AI system treat all people equitably and avoid discrimination. Let us say, for an example, a hiring algorithm. If you are designing a hiring algorithm, it should not favor candidates of a particular gender or ethnicity. So you have to train the algorithm on a diverse data set that include equal representation of genders and ethnicities. Regularly audit the algorithm's outcome to ensure it does not disappropriately favor one group or over other. Okay, so then the second one is what reliability and safety, which ensures AI system operate reliable and safely. Okay, so for an example, an autonomous vehicle should safely navigate roads under all condition. You have to test the vehicle in diverse weather condition and scenario, implement robust error handling protocol to take over in case of system failure. And next one is the privacy and security, which protect user data and ensure the security of AI system. So a health app should protect users' personal health information, right? So that is what. Next one is inclusiveness, ensures AI systems are accessible and beneficial to all people. And for example, you can think about an educational AI tool should be accessible to students with different learning abilities. Even if they cannot see and type it, they should able to hear. So that is what the inclusiveness. Transparency, which ensures AI decisions are understandable and the systems are transparent. For example, a financial AI advising tool should explain its recommendation to the users properly. And finally, accountability is to ensure accountability for AI system and their outcomes. For example, a medical diagnostic AI should have accountability measures in place of a incorrect diagnosis. Like you have to assign responsibility to a team of doctors and engineers for monitoring and updating the AI. Implement a system for patients to report issues and receive corrections. So all these things should happen with the responsible AI. So the things are not just a principles, it is a continuous improvement, and the principles infuse our the engineering process, the way they build Microsoft builds the things. Like, so there will be research which is always it will be happening to improvise themselves, and the policy, it has its own policy and the governance, and the best in class engineering systems have been used in order to ensure that the responsible AI innovation is on the go. Okay, so finally, a full development lifecycle prompt flow, LLM ops model monitoring is here. So this is increasingly a key thing. No, it's not just about calling the API and walking away. There's quite a bit of engineering that goes into shaping the prompt, like API that are called and so on. So it completely it uses a prompt flow. Okay, so at Microsoft, that future with AI in Studio is called a prompt flow, which is generally available today. You can try that. It is the tool to prompt orchestration for evaluation and for prompt engineering. So it is deeply integrated with into the AI Studio. It is also on Azure. It is also there in the Azure machine learning product as well. Okay, and these are all the tools for evaluation, complete tools which are able to understand the behavior of the graph of models and APIs that we are calling. Like it also evaluates the inputs. You can see the metrics here. You can find that it is a metric score, everything. It shows everything here, right? The groundness, relevance, and everything. So this is what. So these are all the basic idea behind Azure AI Studio. So we have gone through the entire stage of Azure AI Studio, like how it works. Now beyond this, you have to just learn. Okay, even though Microsoft is striving hard to bring in lot of things into AI Studio, they'll be extending AI Studio with the by simplifying the generative AI app development experience, development tools, model catalog, small language model. They are fine tuning the small language model. So far we have been discussing about the large language model. So they'll be talking about the small language model, and it will be available as a preview for the VS Code extension. Okay, so you can also check that. So you can start learning through Microsoft Learn what is AI and everything, starting from the beginning. And you can join the Azure AI community on the Discord. So this is the QR codes to scan. Please scan it and join the Azure AI community Discord. And thank you all for watching. If you have any queries, any questions, you can just connect with me through my LinkedIn or YouTube. You can just comment there. I'll be happy to help you, and I'll be here for another 2 or 3 minutes to answer all your queries. Thank you for this time and this opportunity.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you so much for doing the session. If we get
Hi.
any questions, it will be on the YouTube live. And I think that was
Okay.
a very valuable session for our audience. And that's all from my side. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.